in just 9 minutes. Get the best moments from Gillie Da Kid's 3-hour Club Shay Shay interview with Shannon Sharpe, posted on February 12th, 2025. From the Eagles' Super Bowl journey to LeBron versus Kobe, music industry secrets, and hilarious Philly fan moments, this breakdown delivers everything you need to know. Watch till the end for the juiciest insights. Here are the key takeaways from the podcast. Takeaway 1. Sports unite like nothing else. Gillie talks about how sports, especially football, have a unique power to bring people together, no matter their race, background, or beliefs. He explains that when people are cheering for the same team, all differences disappear, and everyone unites under one goal. The Philadelphia Eagles' success directly impacts the morale of the city, making people feel more connected. He shares how being part of the Eagles' tunnel run-out experience was an emotional moment for him, showing just how deeply sports can touch people. For example, he describes running out with the Eagles, looking at a player with tears in his eyes and saying, "I love this," only to be reminded that he wasn't actually playing in the game. Comment below. Do you agree that sports can bring people together like nothing else? What's your favorite sports moment? Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 2. The Philly fan mentality. Philadelphia sports fans are known for their passion, which sometimes comes across as extreme. Gillie admits that Philly fans take pride in being rude and making life tough for opposing teams. He explains that if a team loses in Philly, their exit from the stadium won't be pleasant. Even Santa Claus wasn't spared. Philly fans famously booed Santa for not bringing the right presents. For example, he jokes that Philly fans don't just boo bad performances, they boo people who thought they were going to win against them. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 3. The Eagles' Super Bowl journey. Gillie believes his presence at games has contributed to the Eagles' success, jokingly calling himself their good luck charm. He has built strong relationships with the team's coaches, players, and even the front office. His pregame speeches in the locker room are all about motivation, making sure players know they are playing for their city, families, and legacies. He shares a moment when he hyped up a player by telling him, "Even if they bring an alien from Mars to block you, he can't stop you." For example, after giving that speech, the player went out and recorded multiple sacks in the game, proving the power of Gillie's motivational hype. Now, let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 4. Philly's deep love for basketball. The city has produced basketball legends like Allen Iverson, Wilt Chamberlain, and Dr. J. Gillie is brutally honest about the Sixers, saying they've made some bad decisions and that the team's success depends entirely on Joel Embiid's health. He questions Embiid's commitment, pointing out that he played the full summer with Team USA, but then struggled with injuries in the NBA season. He believes the Sixers' championship window is closing because they've missed opportunities in the past. For example, he says if a player is only on the court as much as he's off the court, the team is in trouble. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 5. LeBron versus Kobe versus Jordan. Gillie believes LeBron James is the best player in NBA history, as long as we ignore that Michael Jordan existed. He explains that LeBron came into the league with the highest expectations ever and still exceeded them. He argues that LeBron was always the best player on his team, unlike Kobe, who played second to Shaq early in his career. His main point is that LeBron's dominance in every statistical category makes it impossible to deny his greatness. For example, he jokes that if he and LeBron both entered the league at 18, and LeBron immediately averaged 20 points while another player averaged 6, who's really better? Comment below. Who do you think is the greatest basketball player of all time? LeBron, Kobe, or Jordan?
We're halfway through the video. Thank you for sticking with us this far. If you're enjoying it, please give us a thumbs up and share it in your WhatsApp groups. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so feel free to comment below. To see more videos like this, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Now let's continue with the video.
Takeaway 6. The reality of the music industry. Gillie turned down a record deal from JayZ because he thought the contract was unfair. He explains that the music industry is full of politics, with powerful people making it hard for artists who don't cooperate. He was blackballed after refusing to sign a bad deal, making it difficult for him to succeed in the industry. He emphasizes the importance of owning your publishing rights, as many artists unknowingly give them up and lose money for life. For example, He describes how he had a hit song on the radio with barely any music industry experience, yet labels still tried to give him a bad deal. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway $7 million worth of game success. Gillie and his cousin Wallow created $1 million worth of game, one of the biggest podcasts in the industry. The podcast's success comes from keeping things real, speaking their minds, and connecting with the culture. They've secured major brand deals, proving that independent creators can thrive without traditional media backing. Gillie refuses to play the industry's fake networking games, choosing to build his own path instead. For example, he jokes that he was invited to the Rock Nation brunch, but declined, saying it's just a way for JayZ to flex his influence over the industry. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 8th Street Life and Redemption. Gillie was involved in the streets before making it in entertainment and had legal trouble in his early years. He lost a close friend during a robbery, a moment that changed his perspective on life. His wife stood by him through his struggles, even writing him a letter from jail, which he found hilarious because she joked about battling people off. He eventually committed to leaving the streets behind and focusing on his career. For example, he laughs about how his wife was the one who actually took him to jail, proving she's always been his ride or die. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 9. Raising kids in the spotlight. Gillie has been married for over 27 years and has 2 grown children. He teaches his daughter to be aware of people who might try to take advantage of her because of his success. He emphasizes respect and making good choices when it comes to relationships. He believes a healthy relationship involves occasional arguments, joking that sometimes you need a little fight just to remind each other how much you care. For example, he warns his daughter not to date someone who just wants to benefit from the family's money, but also jokes, "Don't make me go back to my old ways." Now let's move to the last takeaway. Takeaway 10. The importance of staying true to yourself. Gillie refuses to fake relationships in the industry just to gain opportunities. He believes in creating his own lane rather than trying to fit into the system. He has learned to focus on real support, not social media hate, when measuring success. His biggest advice is to never let someone else define your worth. Here is a brief introduction about Gillie Da Kid. Gillie Da Kid is a rapper, media personality, and co-host of the hit podcast, $1 Million Worth of Game. A Philadelphia native, he made his mark in hip-hop before transitioning into podcasting, where he shares raw, unfiltered conversations about music, sports, and life. Known for his humor and authenticity, Gillie is a respected voice in entertainment. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this summary of the Club Shay Shay podcast with Gillie Da Kid informative. If you're interested in learning more about these topics, I encourage you to watch the full podcast on YouTube. If you enjoyed watching this video, please leave a like below and share this video in your WhatsApp groups. You can also discuss about this video by commenting below. To get more such videos in your timeline, press the subscribe button below.